Ta-da! Well, thanks for joining today. We're going to remove all the film off this car and re-tint it. This back deck needs to come apart so I can get behind this third brake light here. Film was just a little too light for the original customer. And I've got to take these sign panels off. They're a little challenging. Took a while to figure that one out. And then after those are out, just slide that back. Kind of a tight squeeze, so I gotta make do with the tools I have. Unscrew those, pull that off. This is the steamer that I'll be using to remove the film. And it gets pretty hot. It takes some time to warm up, so you gotta turn it on. So let's flip the switch. And I'm gonna put on some cotton gloves, 2 plies for each hand, and then latex gloves over them. Keep the cotton from getting wet. And that's just so I can use the steamer real close, not burn myself. This should be smoking by now. Well, not smoking, but steaming. Yeah, there it goes. Now that we have that going, we can bring this mechanism into the car. And all fun aside, let's get to work. I'm just going to start to warm up the corner here. And then I can start to pick away at it. Like I said, I've got all these layers of gloves on so my hands can get real close to that steam without burning myself. The slower you pull this off, the better chance you're going to have with keeping all the glue together on the film and not the glass. And now that I've got this all taken off, let's turn the power on, and from Yuba City, California, the doors! Now in most cases I don't use a steamer to do the doors. The steamer is mainly to avoid damaging the defroster line. Usually on the doors you can actually use a razor blade and just scrape away the glue, but seeing how I already had the steamer going and I've got my gloves on, I just said I'll give it a shot, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job here. All the glue seems to be sticking to the film and not the glass. And so I can just pull it all off in one piece. Looks like we've got one more window left to do here. After this window, we'll go inside onto the computer. And this program here with the plotter I have will cut out the film for me. So I just need to put in the year, make, and model. Might be a little hard to see, but it's giving me all the patterns for possible options of doing the windows. So I've got the back window and the 2 back doors. The front doors are actually a different shade, so I'm just going to do these 3 for now and get that started. And over to the left of me here is my plotter, so let's keep our eye on that. This just feeds back and forth as this blade cuts from left to right. It's only cutting through one layer. There's 2 layers here when it comes to window tinting film. One part that gets peeled away like a sticker and thrown away, and the other part where the glue is underneath that liner. And everyone seems to get a kick out of the way this machine finishes its last cut here. It basically just registers the edges of the film, and then it cuts away from the middle. And it does it in 3 stages. Starts off here to the left, to the right, and finishes the middle portion. And there you have it. Maybe you were impressed yourself. I don't know. Everyone else seems to like that part. Let's go outside now. And this machine works kind of, you can say, like a cookie cutter. It still left me with the original roll of film. And now I just have to throw away and cut around the excess Although I guess when you're using a cookie cutter you get the advantage of eating the leftover dough if you want. But I really don't eat too much of this film. I just had my lunch and so I was just throwing it away. Now I'm going to clean this back window, get all the dirt and debris and everything away. Film is always applied on the inside of the car, but to heat shrink it, it needs to be done on the outside. And it takes a little bit of talent and practice. So with that being said, let's get started. And then after that's all finished, I'm going to wet the film, roll it up, place this roll of film next to the car for me so I don't have anywhere to go. Once I'm inside the car, it's sitting there right there next to me. Now I'm using a steel wool to remove all the remaining glue off the defroster. The steel wool won't damage anything. Then once I get all that off, squeegee away the water, get it moist and wet so I can apply the film and it doesn't stick for the very first touch. Position that just right, and then squeegee out the water. After the water's squeegeed out, that's taken care of. I can put this deck back together, screw back in the light, slide the deck in, put the side panels in, and back from Yuba City, California, we'll work on the doors. That one roll of film that I brought out from the inside actually cut the back doors for me, like I said, with the back window. And I'm going to heat shrink again on the outside before I apply it to the inside. This just makes for a faster job, less work once you've finished applying the film to the glass. If you didn't do it on the outside, you'd probably have to do a lot of work on the inside once you were done. The door is not too hard to get that taken care of, but the back window, too much work to work like that from the inside. And I've just got to wipe away the panel. The other side's already done now. Let's just start on the two front. Those are actually one shade lighter on the two front doors here. And then this particular car is also going to get a visor that goes across the front windshield. Some people love them, some people hate them. I actually like them, although my car doesn't have one. I need to put one on there. And we'll start on the visor here. So again, I just have to cut around the edges. Get the inside clean. You don't need to heat shrink the visors because it's a small strip. Back in the day, they used to do back windows in multiple strips so that they didn't know about heat shrinking, to avoid that complication. But now that there's heat shrinking, you can practically do windows in one piece. Well, here you go. That's the finished project. I'm surprised if you stuck around this long. It's kind of a long video. That green car, the Ford across the street, that SUV, is actually the very first car I tinted in my garage here when I got my business established almost 4 years ago from the date of this video. But back to the Chrysler, like I said, we've got the limousine on the back windows, and one shade, one step down for the front two, and the limousine again for the visor. And it turned out pretty good. Looks good, it's a nice car. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. And I'll try to keep my videos shorter for you.